Hi everyone, welcome to Edo Language Institute, especially for those of you that are watching for the first time, that are here for the first time. Thank you for joining me today. And as for those of you that have watched my previous lecture, I truly appreciate you all and thank you for tuning back in. So today's lecture is about the verb to be, and in Edo this is khin. And I indicated that the next lecture, in my last lecture, lecture 2A, I did indicate that the next lecture is going to be about the verb to be, and so here we are. Let's move on. Now, on the left-hand side, you have an overview, a table in which in the first column you find the subjects and or the pronouns. So this can also be just any name, anybody. I don't know, Itoa, Evie, but I just use the pronouns to simplify the process, to make just to make it similar to like in the English form. So I am, you are, he, she, it is, and so on. So for the first person singular, so I, you have oi, ime, oi, or you can say me, oi, or you can also just use the short form moi, which is more common, especially if you have people that speak Edo around you. I think you can confirm that when this short form moi, I don't know, moi saibovo or moi toa, moi vie, moi soe. So I am. And then you have uwe, oi, or woi. Again, it contracts because we have two vowels there. So we're gliding from one vowel sound to another. And so we use the rule of contraction, or we apply the rule of contraction there. And then we have ie, oi, or ie, a. Now I mark the e and o here, which also stand for he, she, and it, because these two particles, these two words are already in the verb form. They are already in the conjugated verb. So you have oi. So the o is already there, and a, we have the a already. So a sentence cannot be start with or it just doesn't make sense. So so for pronunciation's sake, so we don't do that in Edo language. So the o is already in the oe. So that's why to refer to he, she, it, then you then use ie. When that is translated, it can be loosely translated to something like himself, it is, because this oi means actually it is. So when you say I am, in Edo language, what you're actually saying is me, it is, ime, oi, me, it is. Okay, and so on. So when we move on to ima or ma, you also have ima oi, ma oi. So on the right side, I've provided you some examples, some sample sentences. So when we look at the first question, or when we look at a question like Doma nuhi, so when translated one-to-one, it actually means which person that you be, okay? Which is similar to Pidgin English, if you do speak Pidgin English, the Nigerian Pidgin English, by the way. So that means who are you? And a legitimate response could be ime or osaibovu. I am osaibovu. So that's the definite form. You cannot say osaibovu or ikhin. I'll explain that in more detail later, but that is wrong actually. And it's an exception because we are talking about a person here. So you are osaibovu, not someone else. And so then another possible or legitimate answer could also be ijo saibovu oe or e ihin. So e is the I, and you can already see that the pronoun is enclosed by the verb form. So you have oihin. So they go together when what you are saying that you are, when that is placed at the beginning of the sentence. So when the answer to the question, so to say, which is going to be which would be like the object then. So what you are, or what the thing that is what you are. So iyo saibovo oihin. So because we placed iyo saibovo at the beginning, so the e, so the main subject will be enclosed within the or between the verb enclosed between the verb. We could also say it in another way. Moijo saibovo. So me or ijo saibovo. Now we didn't bring the object or the thing we are. So we didn't bring that to the front, but rather the subject is in the front. So I is in the front. I am moi or mo. Mo ije again, because ije ends with an a sound, which is a vowel, and osaibovo starts with o. It contracts, so mo. The same thing with the mo. It's me, but then it contracts mo iyo saibovo because me ends with an e, and then o starts is also a vowel. So mo iyo saibovo. I am osaibovo's mother. Whereas the first one is osaibovo's mother, I am. Okay, so again, another example to explain this phenomenon. Let's look at the statement ogbungbo oera mechin. First of all, just a quick note. I want to quickly correct something here, because in my I think it was in the lecture 2C. Yes, I talked about, exactly, it was lecture 2C when I talked about erame ijeme, and I did write erame with just an R, so I wrote ERAMWAN without the H, and that was wrong, because when you remember in the lecture about the Edo sounds and alphabets, I did tell you that an R standing alone, a single R, is silent, always silent in Edo. So for us to have the sound ra, the H must be there, which is a consonant. R is also a consonant, but then through the H, that is when the R sound, the rolling R sound comes out. So erame, this is the correct spelling. So please, I beg your pardon for that. So erame, I'll make sure I'll try to go back to the other video to correct that. I hope I can do that on YouTube. But just for those of you that watched that video and are watching this now, so this is a point of correction. Erame, this is the correct spelling here. So, and now back to our actual example. Ogbungbo or eramehin. So it means Ogbungbo is the word for farmer. So ogbungbu oeramehin, it's indefinite. So a farmer, my father is. The thing is, in Edo language, there is no articles. There are no articles like you have in English, a or the. So we don't have that. But the information about something being definite or indefinite. So because let's take an English example. When you say a farmer is any farmer, but if you say the farmer, it's a certain farmer. It's that particular farmer. So it's the definite form. So when you say here ogbongbo oera mehin, so you say my father is a farmer, or a farmer my father is. I just translated it one-to-one here. A farmer my father is. But then when you say erame ogbongbo, the sentence can end like that. So it means when it ends like that, it will be it is my father that is the farmer, or my father is the farmer. But you can also add something at the end. For instance, like you add further information. For instance, erame ogbongbo eijeme. You get it? So it is my father that is the farmer, or my father is the farmer, not my mother. And here now you have the a form, and you can see in the middle there's an I, and that is the negation form. So you use it to say the negative form. We'll get to that in another lecture, but I just wanted to quickly because I needed it in this particular case. And you can also see that the E and R, the I and R is crossed out. I did that just to indicate that it's almost not pronounced, but it's there. It's actually not pronounced at all, but it is there. And this is the grammatically correct form. Even though you pronounce eijeme, it's just because the negative form is there, and then eijeme then starts with a vowel, and with the same sound, eijeme and then e, and again r is always silent. Now you see, so it would have been eijeme, it would be too long, so you just say eijeme. But for an Edo speaker, we know that is a negative form, and so that's why I decided to write it out like this to explain or to make you understand it better. So my father is the farmer, not my mother. Now we have another question here. Doma no bianahin. Doma no bianahin. So it means which person that this man be. So the or ma. I've recorded another lecture about question formation in Edo language. In the next few days or weeks, I'll upload that. I haven't scheduled the date yet, but I have a particular lecture on that, on question formation in Edo language, so you understand how to ask questions in Edo. So, but here, Doma, so which person, or ma is person, N, here is that, again, ne, it ends with a vowel, but then it contracts because the other word starts with a vowel. So, Doma nukbia, ukbia is man, ukbia is the word for ma, ukbiana, ukbiana is this man. The na comes from honor, and I also have a lecture on that as well, on this, that, those, and here and there. So just how to say those words in Edo. There's a particular lecture on that, which I will upload soon. So which person that this man be? Again, it is who is this man? And now, so one way to respond to that question is Obiana or Ogyogun. By the way, Ogyogun is the word for blacksmith in Edo language, blacksmith. So Ogie actually is a king. It's the word for king. Ogun is iron. It's the word for iron. So it's the king of iron, the iron king. Again, blacksmiths, because blacksmiths do work with metals. So Ogyogun is the word for blacksmith. So Biana or Ogyogun, again, it is definite because they're saying this man is the blacksmith. So and that tells us that the person, your interlocutor, so the person you're talking to, sort of already has a certain information about this blacksmith. Probably you were talking about the blacksmith before, so you can say it is this man is the blacksmith that I was talking about. Or this is the blacksmith near my house. No siko wame. Or this is the blacksmith I don't know, that is in my area. So it's a definite one because he is not the only blacksmith in the world. But if you say the blacksmith, it means the other person has a certain information about this particular blacksmith. However, if you say Ogyogun or Bianachin, it's indefinite. So you're saying this man is a blacksmith, not a particular one, not the one I was talking to you about. Excuse me. Not the particular blacksmith I was talking to you about, but just a blacksmith. This man is a blacksmith. So Ogyogun or Ogyogun, it is this man. You know, Ogyo is we can't really translate it one to one because Edo has its own it just has its own rule when it comes to verbs like this. So we have the verb that sort of that encloses the subject in the middle. So you see there or bianachin. So ochin or ochin is the verb there. So to the next slide, we have again, we're taking the same questions. Which person that this man be, or who is this man? You can also say Obiana or Oteme. Oteme is my brother because we're talking about Obia here. But you can also say it could also be my relative. Okay, so Obiana or Oteme. Niraguankan. This is my brother whom I was talking about. So this, in this case, it is definite again because it's that particular brother, not the other brother or any other brother, but it's the one I was talking about. So it's definite. But if you say Oteme or Bianahi, my brother, this man is, or this man is my brother. So that gives an information that the person that you're talking to probably didn't know this man before or didn't know about him before. So this is my brother, or maybe you also have other brothers. So it's indefinite. And you can shorten it. You can replace Obiana with O, which is a pronoun. So for he, Oteme or him. My brother, he is. We also have another form. We say Oteme oeno. Oteme oeno, my brother that he is. But the most common form is Oteme no. And for Edo native speakers out there, you can also confirm this. And also, you many times when someone asks you, or let's consider the question for instance, anihi or avanihi means who is that, and then you also respond with me no, it is me, or me that is. That is actually when you translate it one to one. Me no. So oteme no. my brother, that is. So that was it for this lecture. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, I'll be very glad to answer them. Please leave them as a comment below. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to like it. And see you next time in the next lecture. And bye-bye.